Finally tonight, one is Muslim, the other Jewish. Blayne Alexander and how they're fostering conversation and setting an example in this difficult moment.
For these two women of two different faiths, one Jewish, one Muslim, the war is deeply personal.
I'm the daughter of a survivor of the Holocaust. So when the 1,400 people were murdered on the Gaza envelope, it went right through me and was incredibly difficult to deal with.
Roberta's friend is one of the hostages. Tahia has friends living in Gaza. She grew up in war-torn Bosnia.
Knowing what it feels to be under siege, to be shot at every single day, not to have food, fuel or anything, it affected me deeply.
But during this time of unspeakable pain, these women have found peace in each other. Together, they lead Sisterhood of Salam Shalom, founded 10 years ago to build trust and mutual respect between Jewish and Muslim women.
I wouldn't be able to be weathering this situation without the sisterhood right now. That's very clear to me.
Roberta and I are really, we talk every day, and there are disagreements sometimes that and the beautiful thing is that we hear each other rather than withdrawing and saying, you know what, you hold on to your opinion, I'll hold to mine, and let's just separate. So we keep talking. We keep talking.
Even during this difficult time.
Yes.
These conversations at this time are rare and not always easy.
Are there times when you find you or others in the sisterhood don't feel like having these conversations?
Yes, it is. And you know what? I sometimes I get a email or a call that someone is demanding to speak right now because they're so moved in one way or another. You know, I assess my own capacity that day. You know, how productive am I going to be in this conversation?
The last month has been utterly exhausting, and of course we can't always engage at every minute. There are times when I just throw my head back and say, I can't deal with this.
They acknowledge it's possible to hold multiple truths, to mourn civilian deaths in both Israel and Gaza while seeing the war very differently.
I think majority of people are wrestling with that. I am wrestling with that. We're recognizing that it takes work. It's a struggle.
That is the importance of the interfaith work that we're doing right now, is that we're building bridges across tribes and just seeing the humanity in each other.
Connecting across faiths while deepening their own. Blayne Alexander, NBC News, Monmouth Junction, New Jersey.
Thanks for watching. Stay updated about breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app or follow us on social media.